Let's talk spring decorating. I have 6 different things that I want to show you that you can do very easily to create, especially containers for spring, and a couple of other things that I want to throw in. So hello my dears, this is Sarah from SheHoldsDearly.com, and today we will be looking at 6 different spring inspired decorations. All right, first of all, I have a watering can. I got this from IKEA, but it's always been a little bit plain to me. I'm gonna show you how to gild and elevate whatever container you have by gilding it. I got this urn at an antique show, and I do really like it, but I'm gonna try a technique to make it look kind of rusty and old. So whenever I'm out thrifting and I see a round basket with handles, I snatch it up because they make beautiful planters. So when you see this style of any size, look at it as a potential planter. All right, I have some aluminum wire, but it's copper colored, and I'm going to attempt to make some trellises that we can grow topiaries on. And I got some random containers at a thrift store. This is $2. I'm gonna try to make these old Crocs. I have 3 other containers, smallish, but I'm going to try to turn these into matching Crocs to match the first one I showed you. Last of all, I have a very large container from IKEA. It's the 40-liter size, and I'm gonna dress it up just a little bit and keep my potting soil in this. So if you have any type of container that has writing on it, I'm gonna show you how to dial it up a notch. All right, let's get started. I'm just gonna clean off the surface here with some Mrs. Meyer's. All right, we're gonna use gilding size. And it's this white glue, special glue that you buy. I put mine in a little tiny mason jar. This is what you use when you gild something. So, and I have a little brush. Oh, this is a makeup brush actually. And I'm just gonna very carefully paint over exactly where I want this gold gilding to be. Let's just give this plain Jane watering can a little makeover with some gilding. So just like I did on my potting soil container, let's paint some gilding size, and it has to sit for 15 minutes. All right, I had just enough. So now I'm just gonna brush it all up. I'm not sure how I like it. So I'm just going to finish off my gilded finish with some clear wax. And I'm also gonna go back and put it on my container that we did first that says 40 liters. We'll usually use Annie Sloan, but this is actually from Joanna Gaines. All right, next I want to tackle this urn. Now I like it, I've had it like this for a while, but I want to learn more techniques, and so this is my inspiration picture. So I want to turn this urn into a rusty old looking urn, and to do that I have some black paint. It happens to be Fusion Mineral Paint. I think any black paint would be fine. And then grab yourself some cinnamon. This is from Costco. And I'm going to paint on where I want the rusty spots to be. And then we're gonna sprinkle cinnamon over it. All right, so I am going to kind of stipple this in where I want it to look rusty. So like some busier places and then more sporadic. And then if your urn has creases like this, get right in there with your paint. Try to get in there. I probably should use a smaller brush. Okay, then of course we come back over and we sprinkle the cinnamon. And I'm gonna actually like work this in. Ooh, look at that. So here's what we have, and it's still, oh, it smells fantastic. It still needs a clear coat, but this is the finished look that we are going for, and that's one of our projects. Now we're gonna make some vintage European Crocs, and they come in all sizes. They used to store meat in them and different household items, and they're so beautiful. And honestly, I see them on like Liz Marie Galvin's website and Marian Parsons' website, and yet I myself have never actually seen these Crocs. I'm looking for them when I'm out thrifting and antiquing, but they're like a unicorn. I've never actually seen one myself, so I'm tired of waiting and I'm gonna make my own. What really inspired me were these stamps that I found from Iron Orchid Designs, or they call it IOD Designs, and they're stamps that look like these old Crocs. So there's Marmalade, and from London, and there's Cream, Devonshire Cream, there's Dijon Grey Poupon, just cute, cute labels. So I am gonna stamp these glass jars that I found at the thrift store. We're gonna paint these with my favorite Rust-Oleum Heirloom White, and it comes with a primer, so I think we can just do a couple coats and we should be okay. Actually, I can make two. This came as one set, but I think I might try to make two. And these I don't need to paint, obviously, because they're white. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna paint these containers with my Rust-Oleum, and once they're dry, we will get to the stamping part. So I have taken these out of the package. I'm just gonna show you how these IOD stamps work. I'm new to these, but I'm gonna show you. So you take and you have to prep them. So we're gonna create little micro divots into the stamp, and they're like rubbery, but we have to create more of a texture so that we can get the ink into the stamp better. So I have a 400 grit sandpaper that's super fine. I'm going to just gently rough them up one direction first, and then secondly, I'm gonna go this direction. And that's how you prep your stamps. Now I need to prep my ink pad. So they come separate, and I got these on Etsy. So this is my blank ink pad, and I have black ink. And I shake the ink bottle really well. And then I'm going to just draw some ink on. I'm gonna go over the whole surface. It won't be perfect, but I'm gonna go back and use the tip to just spread it all around. This is special ink from IOD, and it's specifically used for home decor, like stamping furniture. You can even use it for icing stamps. So we're gonna do one of those projects in the fall where we do some sugar cookies, and we're gonna stamp them with some IOD stamps. I already have that idea in my head for you guys. And then once I'm done with today's project, I'm gonna store this ink pad upside down because you wanna keep the ink close to the surface when it's not in use. All right, I have painted the glass, and now I feel like they clash really bad, but I like them in different ways. I feel like this one looks very French, and this one looks very English. So I debated whether I should paint this, but if I can get the ink to stick to this one, I'm just gonna go with it. And what I will do is display them in separate places in my house so you don't see that so this one doesn't make this one look dirty. I have this stamp that I want to do, and I'm just going to lay it down. Okay, so I'm gonna drop it down and wrap it. And I'm gonna take my one hand and pin it down, and then I'm just gonna touch with the other hand, make sure everything gets contact. I'm gonna come underneath, and then I have to lift off. So back to the 1 and 2, 1 on each side, and lift. Okay, again, 2 hands. Pin it down, touch, and lift. Potted meats, that's the one I really want, this one. All right, I have this 12 gauge copper wire, which I feel like should be stronger. It's more malleable than what I would like. So I'm gonna link a better wire for you guys. But here's the concept. And you could actually use an old wire hanger for that matter. You're gonna use a dinner plate, and I really prefer just a circular topiary. That's just very classic, and it's going to just look beautiful. And just use your plate as your template. Cut your wire extra long. Wrap it around the shape of the plate, and then at the very end, twist the 2 ends together for the stick part that you're going to stick down into the dirt. And I'm gonna grow ivy on mine. All right, so there you have it. We have 6 garden-inspired spring decorations that you can use in your own home. You can thrift them, you can DIY them, you can upcycle what you have. Share in the comments below which one was your favorite, and I look forward to seeing you next week when I share some more spring-inspired decorations. All right, if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so I can send you more videos on how to make interior design easy. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next week.